Welcome to the Power Talk Show. I'm your host, Dominic Judge. It's another week. How have you been? Now, if you're a German supporter, Germany supporter, I'm really sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Also, Mexico 3-0. Wow. Okay, this World Cup, and yeah, there is no gambling about it. You don't know who will take the cup. So here we are. Today we're discussing about positive voices. We'll have a great show lined up for you. 3 spoken word artists on the show. They're going to be amazing with some of the greatest performances that you've ever seen. And above all, we'll be discussing with my guest today has a great story to tell, a great story of witness and of courage. So stick around and watch this. Now, I want you to text me on 22162 as always and be part of this conversation. And today's question is very, very simple because I have asked you this question before. Tell me, what are you doing to make a difference in your community? That's all. All right? What is your positive voice? What are you doing? Are you using your talent? Are you using maybe your own strengths to make a difference in your community? That's a question I want you to tell me today, okay? So I don't want us to discuss this so much because I want you to watch the first spoken word artist we have on the show. He's called Mwas. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. This is Mwas the poet.
All right, take us through.
Kwa hii world haibidi uko Illuminati ndo illuminate the whole world. And that's why leo nimekam na nimetia bidii kwa hiyo kitu ABCD vitu mta apply. Sana na thanks to God. Na sa God when great. Juu hata sana time will create. Si hadi Ras Godiso alisema ungekuanga creator basi tungekuita Menengai, but jueni creator sisi menu kuita ngai. Nimetamani sana kukuwa president basi mimi ni resident. But the difference between president and resident, that P for that indecisive politician who keep on deceiving us. Na si ndo alituambia vote for me, vote for change, but kitu amechange ni mind. Inaniuma sana huyu ndo alituambia tumpigie kura yetu, kitu amefanya ni kutuchakura sura. Sijui kama ni rate ya literacy yetu ilikuwa juu ama ni ati mimi na wanchi wenzangu tulikuwa high. But nadhani ni sisi tulikuwa high kwa sababu watupe chai tukapiga foleni bila hata vikombe. But pia nadhani ni literacy yetu kwa sababu walitupe brochures wakasema ziko na their manifestos. But since pens and papers were not their portion, tukazidump kwa food stores. Baada ya kuyapitia manifestos kwa makini ndo nikanote kumbe sio manifestos ni man fake stories. Allow me say man fake stories. Sababu alituahidi mahindi kwa hizi manifesto, but kitu amefanya ni kuhide, ikabaki sad stories juu kitu tumebaki kukula ni stories za vako. Inaniuma sana kusikia wanaenda out for picnics. Yet kuna maskini homeless alipiga kura but ameriside nje for so long. Laiti tungejua hii chai ilikuwa tu ulagai, angalau tungeona kamwe haifai. Laiti tungejua hii chai ainge kimukio yetu ya miaka 5, najua sasa tungekuwa maskini wa kupigiwa mfano. Na kumbe hii 100 waliipachika jina chai bado tungeigaramia hata kama ndo ilifanya tukagairinia ndo tukachoose malidas bandia. This is how naona maskini ataendelea kuwa maskini juu hata staff akisafu tajiri kama staff. Inaniuma sana kuona mamangu mzazi anauza omo miaka nenda miaka rudi no at least nipate CV poa kimasomo. But namshukuru sana juu na ujua angeuza hata aerial, but atauzaje aerial na hata TV hatuna. Na si ndo maana mama mboga daily anashapenda life yake ndo shape life yake. Yet mimi niko broke hata siwezi msukumia hadi wiki. Philosopher. Inaniuma sana. But na hope this time round sisi maskini tutatia bidii. Ndo tu vote kwa makini. Ndo tuweze kuseparate hollow foxes from our ballot boxes. Wacha this time round tusiseme yakimwagika hayazoleki. But tujaribu kuziba ufa ndo tusishinde kujenga ukuta. Nenda hivi kuconfirm stories za hawa politician indecisive who keep on deceiving us. Najua they are up there. I know mama will give me a signal. Imeniuma sana. Huyu ni Mwas mwenye upena madrupas na ukombo watu from worse to a better future. Jaribu kumwandamine. Najua ile landmine itakupiga na hopefully utaokota joka kwa hii life poker. Mwas poet.
Awesome. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Good stuff. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mwas, and that's a positive voice. Now, that is making a difference using your voice, and that is positive voice. So, we're back right now, and I want us to welcome our guest today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
I was almost saying your name. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Lucy Wanjiku Jenga. I am a young woman from Dandora. I love life. I'm also a mother.
Okay.
Yes.
So Jenga is
My dad.
your dad, all right?
Yes.
And you said you are a mother.
Yes, I'm
Right.
a mother.
Of how many?
One beautiful daughter.
One beautiful daughter.
Yes.
What's her name?
She's Maya,
Maya.
named after Maya Angelou.
After?
Maya Angelou.
Oh, Maya Angelou.
Mhm.
And how young is she now?
She's turning 3 in November.
Turning 3 in November.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
Mm.
She's watching?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, so Maya, if you're watching, Mom says hi, all right? Mom says hi. I've got a lot of respect for you. I mean, you're named after my own mom, actually. I mean,
Wow.
my mom is also Lucy, so got lots of respect right there, all right? So welcome to the show. And you are a CEO. You're a founder
Mhm.
of Positive Young Women Voices.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So Positive Young Women Voices is a community-based organization that is also based in Dandora, where I grew up. It is an organization that is meant to empower girls and young women in our community to get to their highest potential. When you think of Dandora or when you hear of Dandora, there's this mental picture that you have,
Oh, yeah.
and that is the mental
Yeah.
picture that we want to change. This is the face of Dandora, as beautiful as it comes.
Absolutely.
And it has a lot of potential in it, and that is what we want to show the world.
Mhm.
And it starts with us.
Trust with us.
Yes.
So what made you want to do this? What made you want to start Positive Life? Was it an experience that made you want to start this?
So it's 1 year old as of now.
Mhm.
And before Positive Young Women Voices, I have done also some other things. But when I finished my high school, in that year in 2010, I finished in 2010.
Oh, 2010.
Yes,
All right.
just the
I'm
other day.
feeling old now.
You're not that old. So when I finished, I was Miss Dandora and Miss Korogosho in that year.
Awesome.
I used to be smaller. So after that, with this platform, I knew I had a voice. I knew I had talents. I knew I could bring the best out of people as I brought the best out of myself.
Sure.
So before that, after that, I went through so many issues along the way, and I knew what it means to be a young woman or a young girl in Dandora. So I got pregnant right after high school,
After high school, which is so 2011.
2011.
Mhm.
December 2010, I
Mm.
was pregnant. So
Mm.
January 2011, I realized I was pregnant, and it was such a disappointment, to my parents, to the community, to the people who had believed in me, had created this, wanted to see the best for this young woman,
Mhm.
and I was the voice of also the other young women in my community.
Especially after being the model and all that,
Yes,
surely they look up
yes,
to you.
yes.
Yeah.
And with this, I also felt disappointed in myself, and I knew this was not an issue that was only Lucy's. It was not Lucy's issue alone.
Mhm.
There were other girls who are going or would go through the same problem, and I wanted to see how can I help a young girl not to go through the same issues. So at first I thought, because I'm a young mom, how about having a restaurant and employ young mothers? Because throughout that time I went through so much struggle as a teen mom, catering for myself. No one is giving you employment because, first of all, you're a disappointment. You go take care of your child. But in real sense, the same Lucy who was on these platforms all out,
Mhm.
all great, is still the same young
Same
person.
Lucy,
It's
yeah,
just that
yeah.
she has another added person in her life to take care of.
Yeah, sometimes the community tends to own you when you do something good,
Mm-hmm.
but when you do something wrong, they like, oh no, you're not part of that. part
They
of
are
us
very
now."
fast to do that,
Yeah.
which I know is not good.
Mm.
It lowers your self-esteem, it lowers your self-worth,
Mm.
and instead of you rising above that, you tend to go lower than what you could really be. So with that, I started this restaurant. It was called Red Row.
Mhm.
I was part of a team of change makers. We were supported to create our dreams. I remember we went through entrepreneurship skills. So because I could not go past high school, I needed to find myself something that I could do.
This is because of finances?
Yes,
Okay.
and also because I was such a disappointment, and my parents felt this is not worth investing in
You're
more.
the firstborn?
Yes, I'm the firstborn,
Oh,
so you can
firstborns,
imagine.
you are like half parents, definitely.
Yes,
Yeah. How many siblings?
I have two. I
Two
have a
siblings.
sister and a brother.
Okay. Okay.
So imagine this is what I'm preparing my sister for. That is what I was told. So with the entrepreneurship skills, I got to even know how to do my finances, how to write a business concept, a business plan. And actually my business plan was the best in that class. And
That's
with that,
brilliant.
it was the restaurant now.
Mhm.
So I was given half the support to start it off, and I kickstarted it. I got some few employees who are also young mothers who would come with their children. And today Facebook just gave me the what is it called? Where they show you what happened 5 years ago.
Oh,
So five-
some memory thing.
Yes, memory
yeah.
thing. So 5 years ago,
Uh-huh.
the restaurant was the first day that I opened the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I got it today, and I was like, wow,
Mm,
I've
great.
really come
Mhm.
from far.
Definitely.
But it died,
Mhm.
and it was so sad for me. After 8 months of struggling, trying to make it profitable,
Mhm.
ensuring that these young women and girls who are teen moms have a meal on the table for themselves and their children, but I could not sustain it because it was not sustaining itself.
Mm.
So I had to put so much into it that I felt I was going to lose it.
Just training.
So I just decided let it rest as I refined myself and know what else I can do.
Sure.
So that is how we got to Positive Young Women Voices, and we've been 1 year old now. We empower girls, not giving them maybe employment, but trying to empower them to know that they can create the employment themselves.
Sure.
We have a sanitary towels drive called Adopt a Girls Month, where you donate 300 shillings a month, and the girl gets two packets of sanitary towels, a book, and a pen for 300 shillings a month. We use Mchanga because you people don't do stuff because they are waiting for someone to come and do it, or because they think they don't have money. But you have whatever small you have, you just start.
Sure.
So we started that, and it's been going on since last year. We have 5 schools, a school in each phase.
Mhm.
It's a community school. This is the schools I went to. I don't know if you've been to Dandora.
Once only.
Once. You
Once.
should come again. So
Sure.
these schools are community schools in the fact that they are private, first of all. So the government does not really think too much about them. So when the president signed the bill, we were not part of the young women or girls that will benefit from the bill, where they get free sanitary towels. And you find that even the education itself is not that good. So you don't have a lot to look up to. But we are telling them that you can. So with these sanitary towels as an entry point, we also give them monthly mentorships.
Yeah.
Yes.
Specifically the girls.
Yes, specifically the girls. But also the boys got to a point where they were complaining, and we had to do something about it. So we also encourage young men to come and speak to them.
There's a lot of movement of supporting the boy child, as they say, no? Because sometimes you find that ladies who are very empowered, but the young men who are quite disempowered. Right? Now, I want to take you a little bit back. Right? Maya is 3 years old. That means you got Maya around 2014.
2015.
2015, 2015. Okay. But you are saying in 2011 you had a child. Tell what happened around there.
So after I got my son, and he didn't even say he was a son. So after I got pregnant in 2011, I gave birth to my beautiful son. His name was David. Davy. And his dad and I could not really start a family that the normal kind of family. First of all, he was only a year older than me. I was not employed, he was not employed, and it was really difficult for us to start a family that could function properly. And he ran for the hills, which was okay. For now, I know he was
Looking
young.
back.
Yeah, looking back, I know he was young, and that is expected. And I was also young, finding myself in all this. and my mom was that person who really tried her best to support me. I really thank God for her, because even when I gave birth to him, you know, you have those 2 baby clothes. Baby showers that time were a thing of the past. So we didn't even have a tiaka blanket to wrap my baby with. And it was such a low point in my life, but my mom came through for me. So when he was around 3 months, he started getting sick, and he would cough, and I would take him to this hospital, take him to that hospital, but he was not getting better. So this time in 2012 January, I remember, we decided with a couple of my girls, how about you go for this cervical cancer screening test that is happening in the area. And when we did that, we also there was also you could, if you wanted to, choose to get a HIV test, and you also went to have the HIV test. I mean, what is the worst that can happen? And I had also gotten tested when I was pregnant, and I was negative.
So 3 months. Your son is 3 months now.
No, he's in January he's around 6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
And this is the time you decided to go for this cervical test.
Yes, and
right?
also did the HIV test.
Do the HIV test.
Yes, it was like you know those clinic days that happen in an area.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was it. And after I got tested for HIV, it turned out I was HIV positive.
You turned out HIV positive.
Yes.
But the cervical cancer
was negative.
Was negative.
Yes.
I want us to like pause here for a while, right? Because this is a conversation I want us now to come after the break, have a conversation about. Because the story of courage now starts, especially here, where you know you are HIV positive. You go ahead to have another child, you go ahead and you get married. This is what I want you to share with us, all right?
Okay.
So we're going to take a short break right now. As you have heard, we're having this powerful conversation with Lucy, and she's just dropped the bombshell that she went for testing, and she realized that she was HIV positive. I want you to continue with this conversation. I want you to say what, even as I asked you, what is it that you're doing to make a difference? What's your positive voice in your community? What is that you can also tell or ask Lucy now that you have known that she is HIV positive? All right, we're going to take a short break right now, and we've got another spoken word artist on set, philosopher Mwafrika.
Kesi za vioja kutoka Umoja.
Take us through.